The 2014 flood started basically with the storm surge which went down the North Sea, and then the weather really did start to get wetter and wetter. The floods in Somerset were particularly bad because it just didn't stop raining from January to March. It was utter devastation. 65 square miles were flooded. It became apparent that this wasn't a normal flood, this was a natural disaster. I brought James down here to show him the extent of the flooding in Somerset. That's Fairway, look.
Was that Fairway, was it?
Yeah, that's Fairway. You can see the watermark on the door.
Well, you can't you? You see where it got up to the property as well.
These are some of the lowest ones on the levels. But can you imagine here? It would have been, if you were sat in a cab, me and you would be up to chest with water. Yeah.
My first reaction is actually just how bad the extent of the flood was around here. It's 10 times what I thought it would be, and as you can see, it's 3 months on now, and the homes are still only starting to get rebuilt, and it's just phenomenal how slow it is, to be fair, and there's no other words to describe it.
What Xeric does is it accelerates the time what it takes to dry a property. With this being a disaster on the scale of what it was decided that we would leave the properties with extra heaters in and for a longer period of time. Condensation is a problem because obviously when you turn the heat on, it vaporises the moisture in the bricks, and that's only really got one place to go, and that's with the heat. So we opened windows upstairs and we tried to mask the staircases off with polythene as much as we can. A lot of the properties had tile floors which were not required to be removed. What we did was we periodically took a tile out to allow the moisture to come out of the floor as the heat sunk into the floor. So we managed to save quite a lot of tiles. The reason why we try not to remove tiles is because it's inconvenient for the homeowner, the cost of it, and the replaceability of the tiles. You may not get the exact tiles you want back down there. It was extra sure that we was going the extra mile, and to make sure that there was no moisture at all left in some of the properties.
People don't want to slow progress in their building because the people live a situation like this, they rather get back in as soon as they can. And if you go down the traditional drying, it take weeks and weeks and possibly months depending how bad the property is. That's why I feel Xeric could make a brilliant difference to people's lives.
With this being a natural disaster of the scale of what it was really rewarding for Xeric and Xeric staff to help people get their lives back to normal.